5, 4, 3, 2.
Good afternoon, everybody.
I got the timing down.
I
now.
saw that.
Yeah,
It only
buddy.
took you 13 episodes.
Well, whatever. Lucky 13.
Jeff, how are you today?
I am.
If you say Filbert, I'm going to smack you. Cody.
Yeah. I was close, dude.
I got you before you did.
Yeah, it was happening today.
I know.
It was happening.
I saw.
Yeah, he called me today and told me that's what he called you. And I went and he stayed on the phone. I'm surprised.
Yep.
Yeah.
So, Jeff, congratulations to you. Congratulations to us.
Yeah.
It's our 13th and our final episode of
season 1.
Season number 1.
Yep.
I don't know how to feel about that. I feel like it went quick.
Yeah.
But I feel like we also had a lot of time to do a lot of cool things.
Yeah, I agree with that.
To start off our podcast, of which we have not done radio. Podcast didn't even exist.
Yeah, before Jackson.
And
Dylan
was just born.
All right, so then
Dylan was just
12
born.
years ago then.
Yep, it's 12. Dylan will be 13 in December. So, first, like to thank Mike here, who
100%.
has hooked us up tremendously, who has guided us as kind of novices in the podcast world. Although we had opportunity to be on the radio yourself, and then you brought me on later on down the road and with the Jeff Allen show. And then we came out at a retirement to do Diamond Deals.
We did.
And I just want to thank Mike tremendously for all his support, all his knowledge, all his beautiful studio that he has here, that incredible wall that's sitting behind us. I mean, if you guys ever get a chance and you want to do a podcast or whatever, we'll hook you up with Mike's number, because he's a good dude.
Yeah.
He's treated us fairly. He has been supportive of us as, again, getting into this world, and can't thank him enough. I mean, it's been cool. So season 1 is coming to an end. Season 2 will start up pretty quickly. We're not going to take much of a break, but we are going to be at a new location, and nothing against Mike. We're over here promoting his building, but the reason is a little closer to our houses. You got Jackson in baseball. I got Dylan with baseball, and
but you're driving
Dominic with everywhere.
You're driving north
everywhere.
Like, oh my God.
Everywhere. So I'm going to Port St. Lucie to see numbnuts over there.
Yeah, my buddy.
What does he do?
Who? Cody?
What's this saying that Dylan has been telling me?
You dead, bro?
No, not that one. The other one. I
can't tell you that one.
No. The other one that he always says, like when he called you on the phone. You told Dylan to say,
I can't, because Dylan's going to do it this weekend, and Cody doesn't know, and he listens.
Oh, okay.
So no, I can't let it.
But isn't there another one that he
guessing,
said it already? I thought he said one already.
He said, yeah.
What's his normal saying?
You dead, bro?
No, there's another one. You said it the other day. What was it? Yeah, I'm having a brain fart.
I'm not going to say it because I'm not, because I want Dylan to do it. But that's what it is.
Yeah, that's the one.
Yeah.
I thought he already said that to him.
No, that's this weekend.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, for his tournament.
Okay.
Yeah.
Got it.
Cody is on pins and needles because he thinks he knows what it is. And he told me what he thinks it is, and I went, maybe that is. I don't know.
Right.
That's not what he guessed. So yeah. Dylan's gonna nail him.
Well, Dylan's got the Canes Select have a tournament out in Apopka, out over in kind of like the Almonte Springs, Winter Haven area of Orlando.
That's where our buddy Daniel lives, isn't it? Apopka?
Yes. Yeah, I'm gonna see Daniel this weekend.
Sweet.
Yeah. So that's this weekend. Dylan's got to go out there. We're actually leaving Friday afternoon, and after school, and wish us luck. We're gonna get into another tournament. It's baseball season, man. Spring training is going on. Our season's in full gear with Fleetle. We have we just had our first tournament. We're getting ready to do another one of the year, our first tournament of the year, and we got another one coming up here shortly in a few weeks to benefit the Royal Palm Beach Predators out in Royal Palm Beach, Florida. Ages 7U to 14U currently. I think we have about 40 teams right now. 40. Which I know it'll grow a little bit more. It's spring break week, by the way.
Yeah.
A lot of families go away. Yeah. I've learned, we've learned as a group, the timing is everything, because families go away, kids are out of school, kids, do different things. There's other sports, there's this, there's that. They have rec. If they're playing rec, they don't play as much travel, and during the fall they play more travel. So there's a lot of different variables that go along with what we do over at the Florida East Coast Travel League Incorporated, better known as Fleetle Deedle, as Joe Zuppo would say. So, there's a lot of different, understandings of what we do as an organization to time it perfectly so we can have big events.
Yeah.
We don't want to compromise our product and make it lesser of what we normally want to give these kids. So we try to do as best we can to formulate our best opportunity within the, the calendar year and strategically do it to where we're going to have a good showing. This was one that we weren't 100% sure on because we just started last year. Spring breaker had already passed. But we learned. Next year, maybe it's not the greatest time to do it. Maybe you do it the week before.
Or the week after.
Or right before they get out of school, like that Friday before.
Yeah.
You maybe do a little Wednesday, Thursday, Friday deal kind of deal, whatever. Maybe that's something we can look into. But yeah, it's we're still going to have a good showing. And look, it's always for a good cause. We're helping kids. We're helping kids go to Cooperstown. It's for the Royal Palm Beach Predators. We just did one for the Wellington Colts. They're going to Cooperstown this summer. Royal Palm Beach Predators are 10U, so they're getting a jump start on fundraising.
Oh, okay.
Which is great.
Yeah, it's a good idea.
Smart idea. Get the donations in there, get the sponsorships in there, get Fleetle to help you out, to help you fund this. It's, we talked about this before. It's $20,000 to go to Cooperstown.
Wow.
It's a lot of money, man.
No, you're kidding.
Numbnuts over there is taking us to Pigeon Forge.
All right.
And it's already looking at least $4,000.
Yeah.
That's just to go to Tennessee.
Yeah. That's per kid?
For a family.
Wow.
Between the stay, we got to be there a whole week. The places aren't stupid. They know people are coming into town.
Yeah.
They jack up the prices.
Yeah.
You got Airbnbs, hotels, you got cabins.
How far is that from Nashville?
So Pigeon Forge is on the other side by Memphis area.
Okay.
So it's...
Yeah, I got to look it up. I got to find out where Kid Rock's new bar is over there. I want to go check that place
That's
out.
Nashville.
Is that Nashville?
Yeah, that's where I've been going the last 2 years, every year, at least once a year.
Yeah, I want to
love that place.
I want to check
Garth
that
Brooks
joint.
got a new place now there too.
I heard that, yeah.
What's his face? Luke Bryan's got one there.
Yep.
Who else has got it?
Blake Shelton.
Blake Shelton's got one. Yeah, there's a dude, I love that place. I love Nashville.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Kid Rock actually pays, I was told, $100,000 every day because he built another level of the building that he has.
Yeah, it's
without
levels.
permitting.
Yeah, it's 3 levels.
Yeah, and he built the third one without a permit.
Yeah,
and every time he don't care. No. It's packed.
Yeah,
he makes $100,000 in 2 hours.
Yeah, I saw a clip of it on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, whatever the hell it is.
Right.
And I was just like, wow, that place looks freaking awesome, dude.
Right.
Which, by the way, guys, before I forget, I did post it on Facebook just now, but really honestly, due to the old Facebook hacking scenario.
What's going on with today, man?
It's
AT&T,
weird, dude.
Facebook,
Instagram, they all went down.
It's China.
Yeah, it's China.
You, sir, are ridiculous. Sit down.
Listen, I had a guy. It's funny because I was in a store last week, and I actually called a friend of mine who's a big Trump guy. No, we're not talking politics on the show.
No,
I'm
no,
just
no
saying,
politics.
But it was
like
funny.
fun.
The old man comes up to me and goes, "Listen, I wasn't a Trump fan before, but God, dog, do I mishear every word out of his mouth going China." He goes, "I've never been able to pronounce it normal again. After I heard Trump say it, he goes, I say that all the time." And I'm like, he goes, "And I'm a freaking Democrat, and I think it's freaking hilarious." And I'm like, "Oh, all right, well, whatever."
I'm not gonna lie, he had some pretty cool one-liners.
He had some great one-liners, man.
Yep.
But,
Abu,
yeah,
Adabo. You ever see that one with TikTok?
Yeah. Abu Bakr al-Baghdadi is dead. He died like a dog.
Like a dog. Like a dog. Sounds like coffee talk, you know what I mean?
I still laugh when it kept going with it when he's like, and he goes, and then it was like the meanest crap talk that you could possibly have. And he was just like, and he's crying. And I'm like, Abu, don't cry. Cry baby Baghdadi is what we called him. I'm like, you're brutal, man.
That's too funny.
But anyway.
We got a special guest on the show today.
Yeah.
it's funny. I hope he's listening right now. If he's
Not yet. He just texted me back.
He just texted.
He's doing something right this second, and he's coming on. So be
okay,
ready.
cool.
A couple of minutes.
Well, so even though he's not listening, I'm sure he'll watch it later on.
Yeah.
You know, I know this guy for a long time, literally since he's 11 years old, and you know, I couldn't be more prouder of him if it was my own kid.
Yeah,
Like
he's a great
legit,
dude,
I
man.
love this guy. He is a good-hearted soul. He is a good dude. He's married man now.
Yep.
Good husband. I'll share something with you when he gets on. He had a great career. Unfortunately, the injury bug got him.
It happens.
Yeah. So, you know, I'm so honored to know him, and I'm going to tell him when he gets on again, but just, I'm so excited to have him. I can't believe it took us 13 episodes, but he has been very busy.
Extremely is what he told me. Yeah.
I'm gonna bust his chops when he comes on too, because he answered you, and there was a couple of times he didn't answer me, but he was probably busy, and that's fine. He did text me one day. This was about 3 weeks ago, and he said to me, he goes, it was like 6 o'clock in the morning where he was.
Yeah,
and he said to me, he goes, "What's going on?" And I'm like, "Dude, you have no idea." And literally, he's like, "I woke up, I'm reading this crap. My wife's still sleeping. I'm in Cabo." And he thought enough to call me. He's laying in bed, listening or reading this junk that was on social media. So I was like, "Look, man, I don't even know how to explain it right now. All I can tell you is I couldn't be more upset that I'm not able to do what I set out to do. And it's not because I wasn't able to, it's just it was time to cut loose." And he couldn't believe the stuff I was telling him.
Yeah.
He was just in shock because, you know, we talk about this all the time, and we've mentioned it. I hate to sound like a broken record on the show because we say that a lot, but this is an innocent game, and it's for kids. It gets to that point where it's for adults and a business. It's not supposed to be a business at the youth level. It's supposed to be enjoyment. Yes. Can you make money off it? Yes. Does Fleetle make money? Yes, we charge, but we look to give back as much as we can, because that's why we got into this, for the benefit of it. And the one thing that I could tell you about this individual is he's all about kids, like straight. He remembers where he came from.
Yeah.
He remembers how hard it was to get to where he is today. He remembers what it was like to be kind of not a celebrity, but a young, like,
superstar.
Let's say superstar, but like somebody who was very young in the public eye at that point in time.
Yeah.
Right. He remembers that. He remembers, and he's so grateful for it. And I've listened to some of his interviews and stuff like that he's done. He always has stayed humble.
Yeah.
That's what I love about
the whole family is actually.
Oh, great family. I have never rooted for that team other than one other person, and you know that.
Mm-hmm.
And I was diehard him this year.
Yeah.
I mean, I couldn't believe it, what happened, but I
like how you're not giving this away. This is awesome.
You're
like
doing
a really good job right now.
I mean, I'm just because I don't want to spoil this.
I know you are. It's bugging the hell out of you.
It is bugging me. It's bugging me. It's absolutely bugging. But I'm like playing charades right now. Sounds like went here.
God.
But
that
it's funny.
hilarious.
It is the family, you mentioned it, is just class act. Mom, dad, sister, brothers. Guest brothers.
Yeah.
It's just, I love the whole family, and I especially love him, and I can't wait till he comes on. So whenever he's here, let me know.
Yep, I'll let you know. Well, actually, Michael will let us know. I'm going to call him Michael right now. That sounds professional on the air.
Yeah.
Unless he says no, because if you call me Jeffrey, I'm going to throw people through the freaking glass doors over here. Yeah. All right. So I guess I'm getting the green light, Michael. I like that.
Are we in the green light?
Not yet. Not yet.
I'm like, oh God.
No, he said he's going to shoot me a text. So I mean,
okay.
Like he literally, like, this just happened 5:11, so it's 5:16. So he said, give him a couple minutes.
We're fine. We're not in a rush.
No, absolutely not.
It's our last show. We'll be all right.
Yeah,
the
what
season.
the hell? Like I said, I thought we were going to do shots afterwards, but whatever. It is what it is.
I would, but
I mean,
it's
I think
Tuesday. I can't,
uh,
What
I
the-
agree with you.
Hello.
Apparently, the cops are here.
Wow. See,
Jesus.
told you. Don't do it.
Did somebody bring in an illegal substance?
Yep.
But no, I mean, how the week's been fine for me so far.
Yeah.
Today sucked, but whatever. It is what it is.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah. Thanks, Sheila. Yes, I know.
But you say we're not on the air.
Yeah. She goes, luckily, I just saw your
Thanks,
Facebook
genius.
post. Yeah. Well, thank God I posted it.
I
yeah.
didn't think she texted me too.
Loyal
She did.
listener, Sheila Taran.
You know who just called me while we were sitting here too?
Cody?
Nope.
Oh.
Dennis Gilbert.
Really?
Remember the guy I told you about?
Yeah.
Yeah. He just called me. We've been playing phone tag all day today.
Oh, all right.
And he's probably gonna be like, I just called him again and he didn't answer.
Yeah, what a jerk.
I got something else. I get on the air and everything happens.
Yeah, it's
and
typical.
I can't do anything because we're on the air. We're a live caller.
Well, what do you got?
I can't.
Oh, it's
top secret.
Top secret.
Kinda
Classified.
Kind of like our guest.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's classified.
Mm-hmm.
Means I can tell you, but then I have to kill you kind of thing. What are we, Top Gun over here?
No.
Okay, good.
Look at Gambinos.
Yeah.
That's my mom.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I did see new movie coming out.
Deadpool 3?
No.
Oh.
No, mobster movie.
Really?
Yes, sir. And guess who is the lead actor of it?
Who's that?
He's calling you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Hold on a second. Let's see here. Let's see what he's got.
Anyways, so it's Robert De Niro, who is the lead actor. And I caught it today on, what did I catch it? I think I caught it on TikTok.
Okay.
And now, of course, I forgot the freaking name of the movie. But it's
a mob movie?
Vito Genovese. He plays Vito Genovese.
Really?
Yes, sir. And it's coming out this year.
Yeah, he says the app's now. He said the link's not working.
Oh, it's not?
No, I'll try it another way.
Okay. Maybe have Mike send it to him if you can.
I'm sending him the same thing. I think it's a different. I think I opened the link, Mike, and sent it to him that way. I didn't copy and paste it, so that might be on me, man.
Okay. Anyways, I'm gonna Google this movie. It's coming out this year. Vito Genovese. Hello.
And Mike, I told him to turn the thing sideways, iPod or iPad wise. iPod. Do they even still make those anymore? Thank you. Thank you very much. I'm here all week. Tip the waitress. Try the veal. But yeah, that was I just saying to you.
Alto Nights.
Really?
ALTO Nights. And I'm gonna read it.
Okay.
Your brother probably would love. Well,
what is
really
it? ALTO Nights.
Yeah. Vito Genovese and Frank Costello, a pair of Italian Americans who run two separate crime families in the mid 20th century. Genovese attempted to assassinate Costello in 1957, although Costello retired from the mob.
Mm-hmm.
And the actors are blah, blah, blah. Let's see who we got here. Why did I have a problem with that one? Dead air stinks. Talk.
Well, I'm waiting on good stuff.
Well, talk.
I just was told there was a movie that I didn't know that Tom Hanks was actually in a mob movie. Did you know that?
Never heard of that.
Yeah, and it's like Paul Newman, and there's a ton of people in that movie. And I just found that out the other day. Somebody sent me that. Who was that? I think it was Justin. Yeah, I think Bevan sent that to me.
Oh, here we go.
Road to Perdition.
It's
I don't know.
Whatever. I don't know that one.
Yeah, whatever. I don't know.
Cosmo Jarvis plays Vincent Giganti, which is the chin.
Oh, yep.
Vito Genovese.
Mm-hmm.
He sent you a new link. Is played by Robert De Niro. Deborah Messing. I don't know who she is. Catherine Narducci. She played in Sopranos.
Yes.
Matt Servito. He played in Sopranos. He was the FBI agent. Jeffrey Grover, Louis Mastillo, Carrie Lazar, Belmont's Kamali. I don't know a lot of these people, but it is coming out this year. I'm actually pretty excited.
It's got a pretty good freaking
but it doesn't. The trailer did not look good at all.
Really? Oh, that's disappointing.
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. But what's your favorite of all time? I know what mine is.
What, mob movie?
Yeah.
Godfather, hands down.
Yeah, but all right.
I mean, okay, so let me put it this way. I just had this conversation with Steve-O, by the way. We were just talking about this because he heard about
you had it with Steve-O?
yeah.
God, that's odd. Guy lives by those movies.
Yeah. So I said to him,
it's like you should.
Yeah. So he asked me that because he heard about the Boynton Mafia thing and all that stuff. And he's like, oh, I love that. So I showed him the hat logo and he's like, yeah, I need to get one of those freaking hats. And I'll show you here in a second. But anyway, so he's like, what's the greatest mob movie of all time? I said, you mean besides The Godfather? I mean, that's the original. I mean, it's one of the greatest movies of all time. Like, it stood the test of time.
Mm-hmm.
I said, but if I had to go with movies that I actually saw, like when it came out around that time where I was around and when it came out, I said, yeah, I'd probably say Goodfellas if I had to guess.
Right.
And I mean, right after that, honestly, my top, I'll give you my 5 right now. I can tell you right now.
Go ahead.
It's Godfather, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, Donnie Brasco. No, you don't like that one, huh? Wow. You just.
No, I'm moving one up ahead of it, but go ahead.
Oh, okay.
Go ahead. Keep going.
And, the hell was I just going to say? No,
you said Donnie Brasco. Go ahead.
Yeah. And,
you had 3 so far.
No, 4.
Oh, you had 4. Sorry.
Yeah. It was Godfather, Goodfellas, Bronx Tale, Donnie Brasco, and you're gonna laugh at me, but whatever. I don't really give a rat's ass.
Go ahead.
I'm gonna say it's Casino, and I'm not a huge. I don't like a great movie. I mean,
the movie's great,
but it's not to me. It wasn't that whole mob. It was more Vegas stuff that went on.
But it was mob.
But it was mob.
100%. It just wasn't the New York mob. It was the Kansas City mob.
Yes, correct.
That actually really funded all of freaking Vegas.
Yeah, pretty much Vegas. Yeah,
pretty much.
Yeah,
that's a true story. That guy lived in Boca.
Yeah,
Sam Rothstein.
Yeah, Sam Rothstein lived in Boca.
Yeah. Great. So mine are definitely Godfather,
hands down.
Goodfellas. I'm going Donnie Brasco first before Bronx Tale.
Okay.
Yeah, that I love that movie. That movie was a great movie. So I went that. Then I went Bronx Tale.
Mm-hmm.
Casino's going to be up there too, and then Mobsters. And I know everybody hated that movie because it was Christian Slater, really not a mobster guy.
Yeah.
But I thought that movie was pretty good. Oh, our guest is ready.
All I'll say is the greatest movie Christian Slater ever did was freaking Gleaming the Cube.
Love that movie.
Oh,
that's on YouTube. You can watch it.
Really?
Go on YouTube, type it in. Somebody put up the full version. I watched it.
Oh my god!
You can do that tonight, right?
I'm gonna freaking have it on the ride home.
Great
bro.
movie.
Oh, that's a
especially
right there.
Some of the songs out of that movie.
Oh yeah. Anyway,
brother to brother, where are you going? That's a good song, bro.
I'm about to listen.
I'll listen to that on the way home.
Yeah.
Right,
bring him on.
No, you do it.
Nope.
No, you got him on.
No,
he's listening right now. You better do it. I'm not doing it.
He did answer me back. I guess I'll go with that.
Yeah, he's gonna get it. Go ahead. No, seriously, you do it, man.
All right. So we talked about it earlier. Like Phil was saying, great family. And just an all-around great guy. Played baseball pretty much his whole freaking life. Still involved in the game, which is great. And the only hint I'm going to give anybody is I think maybe why he texts me back sooner is because we have that Florida State connection. You know what I'm saying? He knows I'm a diehard Knoll, and I'm going to bring up something when he gets on. But we're going to bring him on now. We'll go through this really fast, folks. Not only did he play at FSU, but before that, he played on the 2003 Little League World Series in East Boynton, which I remember going to Benny's Ice House watching freaking games, getting wrecked, watching a bunch of 12-year-olds play baseball, which
Pete Rose.
Great. Pete Rose, that's
where
right.
I went.
And then he played baseball at Detroit. He played for the Blue Jays.
Drafted by Detroit.
Yeah.
Drafted by Detroit. He was actually with me the day he got drafted. Came and spoke to my team. I wonder if he remembers that. But go ahead.
Find out. But anyway, we're going to bring him on now since we can keep going on his.
No, keep going.
No, it's fine. We're going to bring him on.
He played at Palm Beach Central High School.
He did play at Palm Beach Central.
He's a local guy.
Yep.
He was on our show before he got drafted. Wonder if you remember that one.
Yeah, he was on the Jeff Allen show.
He was on the Jeff Allen show. He came on. Go ahead, finish it off.
No, we're just going to bring him on. We're going to bring on Devon Travis right now.
Yeah, buddy.
What up, buddy?
What's happening, fellas?
What's up?
How y'all doing?
We're doing great. How are you doing, bud?
I'm fantastic. Outside of my 7 balls I hit in the in the water today at the course. I'm doing great. Doing great.
Golf game's that good, huh, buddy?
Dude, I freaking lost it, man. Like this, it's like life. Like the second you think like, oh man, I'm starting to figure this thing out, get punched right in the mouth. But no, man, I'm great. Thanks for having me. It's good to be back on this show. And yo, you guys are like all fancy now, man. I remember when I got back on it before. I don't remember everything looking this cool. So
we've moved up in the world, man, just like you.
Yeah, I tell you, you guys keep going up. I love it. Don't stop.
Well, we followed in your footsteps, Devon. Come 100%. On, man.
Yeah, okay.
We did. You were our idol, man. I know you were Jeff, definitely for sure. And and I mean, before you got on, I was basically telling everybody, without telling everybody who was actually going to be on. And Jeff was actually pretty impressed because I kept going on and on and on, and I never gave away who the guest was.
Oh, it was good.
And all I kept saying, and all I can think of to me was, to describe who our guest was humble, absolutely great individual, proud to know him, proud to call him a friend, proud to have known him since he's 11 years old, and also just everything that you do for the community and all the support you've given, not only Jeff and I, but your entire community and everything you've done in your career. I get goosebumps just thinking about it, because you're just, if I got to tell my kid to follow in the footsteps of somebody, it's not Derek Jeter, it's Devon Travis. And I'm not kidding, just because of who you are as an individual. I still got a picture of you holding my kid at the South Florida Fair where he stopped what he was doing.
Mm-hmm.
I think he had a handful of cotton candy and a big ass bear that he won just to hug my kid and say hello. So that's the type of person that you are. And that's what makes you who you are. And thank you.
Damn, man, you're about to bring tears in my eyes. I'm getting emotional as I'm getting older. So
I'm telling you nothing new. I've watched this guy fall over here.
I've cried on this show like 4 times already.
I had to quote National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation at one point. I said, "Jesus, are you going to ball all over? He's going to open it. I mean, what are we doing, dude?"
I mean, I got a bra and I put back in the car.
So, Devon, I'm gonna give you one. I'm going to give you one as well, because I have a thank you as well to give you. So, I mean, Phil will remember it as well, and I know you will, but. Back on Halloween, okay?
Ooh.
So Jackson, which is my son, and then my 2 nephews, so Keaton and Reed, all wore the Florida State jerseys, Jordan Travis jerseys, okay?
Yep.
And I took a picture and I sent it to Devon on Halloween and said, "Yo, repping them down here, we got you." And then he said, "Hey, do you mind if I post this on social media?" And I was like, "I don't care." And it was nice, number one, that you asked, because most people don't. They just post crap and that's it. But thank you for asking, by the way. And the next day, Kelly gets a phone call from Trish that used to live with us.
Yep.
Her sister goes to Florida State, and she said, "Hey, did you know Jackson is trending in FSU campus right now? Like, it's all over the freaking billboards."
Wow.
And I'm like, "What the hell
awesome.
are you talking about?" I'm like, "I mean, I know Devon posted it." She's like, "Dude, Jordan reposted it. It went off of Jordan's page. It's freaking everywhere in Tallahassee." Awesome. And I'm like, "Oh, that's all right." So then my 10-year-old goes, "So I'm celebrity, or what's the deal?" Like,
dang right.
No, I said, "Dude, close. Hey, do me a favor. Can you turn your thing sideways?
Yeah.
Is there a way you can turn that sideways for me?"
Yes. So other than turning your phone sideways, what have you been up to these days, my friend?
There we go. Yeah.
Oh, look at that room, dude.
Right.
Dude, look at the jerseys.
Dude, what
are you in the man cave?
He is in the man cave.
I'm up in my man cave. Jordan's downstairs doing therapy with our buddy. So
nice.
I got kicked out. I got kicked out of my downstairs. It's all good.
Are you at home or are you at a facility?
I'm at home.
Oh, okay. No, that's a freaking nice room there, brother.
Thank you, bro. Thank you. It's I don't even ever come in here. So I guess now that football season's over, it's a waste of a ticker up above this TV following all the lines. So
So what are you doing other than your golf game? You know, not as good as your baseball game these days. What are you doing with yourself? Tell the local fans of yours and all the people that know Devon Travis, you know, what you've been doing.
Yeah, so I stopped playing in 1920. I sat around at home and tried to get this knee to work again. Never worked. So that's where I found the game of golf. And then I coached with the Braves from 2021 and then 22, 23. This is my first year like out of the game completely.
Right.
So I started doing ESPN last year. I started calling games on ESPN for college baseball. I'm still doing that. I got 2 more years of that, which I'm excited about. It's a lot of fun. I get to still talk the game and feel like I'm a part of the game, but I just get to now talk about the game of college baseball, which I love very dearly. Other than that, I got my real estate license. I got my insurance license. I'm
That's
just trying
awesome.
to gain as much knowledge as I can really just try to learn. My wife and I are pregnant, so I'm learning how to be a father a little bit early, trying to get to bed early and prepare for this this hurricane that's going to be coming soon. So trying to get my rest while I can.
You took away my thunder. I was actually going to text you off to the side and see if it was all right if I said it, because you did tell me, and I noticed on his how I found out is a nice, beautiful picture of him and his wife, pretty much announcing it. And I was so happy because he's going to be an awesome father no matter what. It's
going to be awesome.
And I was just like, man, welcome to the club, because it's the best club in the world. Sorry.
Yeah,
I don't care what country club you belong to. That's the best. Better.
Dad's
way
club
better.
Is pretty badass. I gotta give it that, man.
Absolutely.
I told somebody.
Congratulations, buddy.
And it's funny, man. I just said that the other day about Jackson. Like, I just told somebody the other day. I was like, you know what's funny is, man, I was like, I can't imagine life without him. Yeah. Number one, but number two, it's like he's literally legit my best friend, and he's 10 years freaking old. Like, I mean, like, he likes all the same crap that I like. Unfortunately, he has the same trash mouth that I have. So, I mean, like, for example, both of us almost got ejected from the game last night. So, whatever, man. Like, I got to argue a call here and there, but I actually quoted Hoosiers, by the way. So, because you know me in the movie lines, but yeah, I quoted Hoosiers when I asked the guy, "Do you have pigeon shit in his eyes?" And then Jackson's like, "Yeah, what are you doing, bro? Like, you're in the wrong position to make the call, Blue." And he's like, "Hey, you need to keep it down." And he's like, "You need to make the call right. Use my dad's glasses." And I'm like,
I love it. I love it. Awesome. Let him know, Jax. Let him know,
bro. Man, the way it is,
man. It. So what's your favorite part about retirement right now at this point? Has it been being married? Has it been kind of just being able to do your own thing and you know, because it's never easy for I still deal with this. It's never easy to hang them up at all. I don't care who you are, how long you played. It doesn't matter. When it's in your blood, it's in your blood. So what are the things that you have enjoyed of being retired now at this point?
Yeah, I mean, it definitely was a tough process. You know, I was 27, 28 years old, kind of in the midst of what I thought was about to be like the trampoline of my career, and you know, such is life, right? And I always tell everybody, and I mean it. If I believe everything happens for a reason, and if my career never got cut short, I wouldn't be married today. I wouldn't have been able to experience all my brother's years in college, and being able to see my little sister up in Tallahassee, and being able to spend a lot of time with my parents, and I'm a family guy, so I'd say that's been the best part about it, is just being able to, to be like a normal human, in this baseball world. You're chasing things, and you're chasing the dream for forever, and you feel like you're never home, and you miss a ton of stuff. So without question, the best part of no more baseball for me has been my family and my now wife, and we're beginning to grow our family, and it's been absolutely amazing.
That's awesome.
So out of everything that you've done since now that you like I said, you've retired, what's the greatest memory of your career? Like I was telling Phil, everybody has one. What's the one?
And before you answer it, I got to bet with him. I think I know it. I may know it.
He knows
I think I know it, but
so I want to see what you say.
I'd say that the best memory that I have is FaceTime in my family the second I walked out of the office, when Alex Anthopoulos, John Gibbons, and DeMarlo Hale told me that I made the big league team out of spring training. I called my parents and had my family on the phone, and I cried my eyes out, and
we're on a podcast.
Yeah, we're on a podcast.
It was a special moment, man, because I mean, like you guys know, especially as fathers. It's one thing for me to be proud and to say, man, like I got to make my dream come true. But for me, it was always bigger than that. It was, I understood the amount of money my parents invested in me and my career. I understand, all the time away from home and my brother and sister missing hanging out with their friends on every single weekend that they were growing up. So for me, it was a full, collaboration of all those great thoughts and memories and sacrifices that my family made for me. And I felt like that was, me letting them know that it was all worth it. So I'd say that was my favorite moment.
Well, shit.
You lost.
I lost, and I'm gonna say I'm glad I lost because that was awesome.
Yeah, that was a good
like
memory.
that was.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't even want to tell him.
No, now he wants to know.
Well, I guess maybe it was for me because at that point, obviously, I didn't get to make that phone call with him. But when he hit a home run in Yankee Stadium to start off his career,
it's fire,
freaking game.
I was fire. Dude, honestly, I was so nervous. And this is like the truth. I don't even remember that entire day. That day was completely black out. All I know is I got a 2-1 fastball from Chasen Shreve, and he shouldn't have thrown it there.
Yeah, nope, gotta miss. Hey, listen, the best part, not only was it the home run, but they shunned him when he got in the dugout. Dude, I can tell you everything about his career. I was so
Bastards.
proud. Not only was I so proud of him for now making the majors, he's playing again. I'd never rooted against the Yankees in my entire life.
Yeah.
And I can't say that because of my career, but at the same time, I never, closet-wise, I'm not rooting against them. I rooted against them that day. And when he hit a home run, I swear to God, I thought the neighbors knew that we just won the lotto. And then when they freaking shunned him when he got in the dugout, I'm like, that's fucking classic.
Bastards, I never even got my ball back. I got a double whammy.
Oh, man.
So I can tell you like this. As Devon knows, my family's all Florida State, 100,000% across the board. I mean, my brother graduated from there. I have 2 cousins that graduated from there. And most of my family still lives in Tallahassee. My thing of it is when he went to go play for Coach Martin. That would have been pivotal because that guy is just baseball 101, man. That guy, and rest in peace, bro. That was I can't. And I have his phone number, and it was it's like one of them where and when you're in the media business, when Coach Bowden passed away, I remember Phil got it. Obviously, it went on Facebook and social media. And Phil was the first person, well, besides Tommy, that sent me a text. But Phil sent me a text and said, I don't have any words, man. This sucks. I'm not a Seminole fan, but damn, I like that guy. And I'm like, yeah. And I was like, but he taught me a lot. And that's where I think, coming from out of high school and going into college, and you're going to not just some, and I'm not trying to sound nasty. And like I said, anything goes on the air, but you're not going to some shit dump college over in freaking Idaho. You're going to a big name freaking college, big name baseball college, and you're going to play for the winningest coach in baseball. It's dude, you can't beat that. That's stuff that I wish these younger kids would understand.
Yeah,
that's what I really wish is when you go there, you're not going there because you can wear the garnet and gold and you can be a Seminole. You're going there to exactly. You're going there for the tradition. You're going there for the history. And like I said, when Phil when he brought it up, I can remember that my dad, we're not Yankee fans. So I'm a Braves fan, as you know, because I text you after we won the World Series.
Man.
But my dad hates the freaking Yankees, and he used to bust Phil's balls all the time when we lived together. When Arizona beat the Yankees in the World Series, my dad says, "Oh, how bad's Phil crying?" I'm like, "Oh, he's not. He's upset, but he's whatever." He goes, "Well, you know what? Tell him I hate him. Not really. I want to see some tears like that, And we all laughed. But when you hit the home run, he's like, God, he couldn't have done it against a better bunch of bastards. He goes, this is great. And it's little things like that is what I remember. You know what I mean? But I told him, we talked about East Point and when we played in the Little League World Series. I mean, Jesus, he's going to Pete Rose drinking with friends. I'm going to freaking Benny's Ice House drinking with people. And we're watching 12-year-old kids on live television play baseball. I'm like, it doesn't get any better.
I followed basically their escort from the airport back to Pete Rose's, which is where they went.
Yeah.
Legit
followed
I remember
it. Yes, I remember that. That's
went back with them.
Yeah.
Had an opportunity to hang out with the guys, Jack McVay and everybody, and he should rest in peace. it was surreal. I mean, these guys were rock stars. They were rock stars at 11, and he's still a freaking rock star today.
Yeah.
And he's got to live that rock star life for how many years now? And when we said it before he came on, I have never rooted for the Seminoles in my entire life until you played there and until your brother played there.
Yeah.
And you know it, because how many times we go back and forth with the Hurricanes.
I hear you.
But it's amazing because that's what's enjoyable about sports. As bad as you don't like a team sometimes, when you have somebody who's like him and his family and everybody that he's been around his entire life, how they act as individuals and humble, there was no way I was rooting against him or his brother or anybody else for that matter. That's a Travis.
So, but you're still following the baseball world, correct? Like you're still. All right. So I'm going to ask you the ultimate question. So I've asked Phil this. Show one, whatever you want to call it.
Oh, I can't wait for this.
Oh, geez.
Who goes to the World Series? And you can't be a homer like I am because I still say the Braves go. But who goes to the World Series? American League, National League, who goes?
If I had to go National League, I would have to say the Dodgers, as much as I don't want to say it.
Yep.
I mean, I just think that, it's
the payroll is ridiculous.
All the reasons are smack dab in front of us. They pitch, they hit, they play great defense. I believe that they're led by Mookie Betts, who is my favorite player personally. And I think that guys just gravitate toward him. And I think that guys that win have a knack to continue to win. So I'd say the Dodgers, although I will be rooting for the Braves. And then in the AL, I think I'm going to go a little bit sneaky. And I think I'm going to go with the Baltimore Orioles.
Holy shit! Really?
Right.
Yeah, I like the way they play the game. I think that for me at least, and watching the game of baseball and knowing how long the season is, I think that last year they really overachieved, and that's no slight to them. But I think that experience that they gained throughout the season and it being a long season, those young guys every single day, a lot of those guys haven't made their money yet, so they're showing up to the field every day saying, "We got to go." And I don't know. I just think it's a scary bunch. They kind of remind me of like what we saw with the Diamondbacks this past year. And I think that they pitch, they hit, they run, they're fast, they're young, so they'll show up every day. And so I'll go with a little bit of a wild card. I'll go the Baltimore Orioles and Dodgers.
I'm not so sold on the Orioles, but I hear what he's saying, because I mean I was on the phone with Mike Ellis on the way here, talking about one of my free agents. I still need to get him a job, but anyways, bro, the off market, it's unreal, and I'm sure you could agree with that. I mean, there's guys that still haven't signed yet. It's unreal. But anyway, that's a whole nother topic. But I'm surprised you didn't say knowledge over young manager, because what has been proven in the last couple of years is that the younger managers that are not maybe per se most knowledgeable when you get to that point in the season are not winning those games. And Bochy won and Dusty keeps winning. So that's where I thought you were going to go with that. But all right. Hey, look.
No, listen, I mean, I think that we're seeing like a parity in sports kind of all across the board now. So, I mean, it's anybody's, I mean, look at our World Series last year. That was crazy. I cannot believe the Diamondbacks made that run.
That's my point. I mean, look at Bochy. I mean, look, man, the guy goes there for 1 year and he gets to the World Series and wins it.
Yeah, I mean,
but that's proven that knowledge in those type of situations.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
I mean, I also Martin guys like all that shit. Good. Sorry.
No, I was just saying. I mean, I also think that mix of, there's so much new school in baseball today that it, for me, it kind of drives me nuts. And I like your call there, because the old school managers come in, they take the new school knowledge, which is very, very important.
Yep.
They dissect what they want, they grab what they want, they throw it in the right spots, and they talk the verbiage of baseball. It's not so much spoken in these new terms that I don't understand half the time. So
they get the respect in the clubhouse, though. I mean, come on. All right, I got another story for you. every year that he was playing till he got traded, I would be at the winter meetings.
Mm-hmm.
And every year I'd be outside with Jimmy Leland smoking a cigarette because he smokes like a freaking fiend.
Love Jimmy Leland.
And every year him and I used to talk about Devon every single freaking year. And he said, that kid is something special, period in a story. I swear to God, I'll call him right now and ask him. He said that every single time about him.
Well, you should. He's a Hall of Famer.
Absolutely. Yeah, going in this year.
I know.
So my point is those type of managers understand talent. There was a lot of people that didn't believe in what he did.
Yeah.
Truth or not.
Oh, no doubt. No doubt.
I mean, guy got drafted a little bit later. I was saying the story earlier too. You were with us at East Boynton talking to my guys before you got drafted that day and before the Tigers took you. You actually got the call from what's his face, James, and told you that you were going. You remember?
Yeah, Jim Ruff.
Yeah, Jim. Yeah, Jim.
That was my guy. That was my guy. He believed in me. That's all I needed.
That's it. So I mean, not an early round guy, did well in college, got drafted a little bit later than he would probably have liked, but then at the same time, man, just went through the system very quietly. And then all of a sudden, pop.
So let me ask you this. I mean, since you played, I mean, like, again, to me, you remind me of old school baseball. You know what I'm saying? Like,
he is old school.
That's
baseball.
old school baseball. And Phil, like, I'm not going to bring up my season last season. I'm not.
Lies.
But okay, I will.
He was 16-0.
I was 16-0. So I went undefeated on the 50-70 field. So
he did better than Jordan Irene did.
Let's go.
Yeah. So
and Kenny Emerson.
Yeah. So I went 16-0, and it's funny only because apparently, I did it wrong. I didn't switch the batting lineup enough, and I didn't do this. And I was told that, you're not letting these kids make memories. And I said, well, if you want a friggin' memory, go build a friggin' stamp collection, dude. Like, I don't have time for that shit. I'm trying to win. Like, I'm teaching the kids how to win. And that's what I told Phil. And he said the same thing. He agreed. I'm trying to teach these kids how to win, but how to win with class. Like, act like you've been here before. Like, this is a job. Do your job. And that's it. And I'm superstitious, as I think all of us athletes that play are. And I built the lineup up, and everybody was kind of like, okay, yeah, and we win. And then the next game we won again, and the next game we won again. And then I'm like, you know what? I'm going to switch this. Now I want to move this guy here or whatever. And the kids lost their shit and flat out said, no, don't do that until we lose, coach. Okay. I said, but you guys are good, right? Yeah. We're good. Don't change anything. And I took that old school knowledge of, if you cried when you got hit by the pitch, if you didn't get hit in the face or in the balls, there's no need to cry, bro. Like, shake that crap off and let's move on. And if you did cry, you took a lap. At the end of the game, you ran. And, it's one of those where I was DJing a show at Leisureville. Okay. Yeah. Okay. That's my people. I'm old. What do you want?
You're old.
But I couldn't go to the game. So I brought my kid's iPad and set it up so I could watch it on Game Changer. And then I'm doing my show and we go down 5-0. And I'm like, what the hell is this? So I called a parent. I was like, hey, are you by the dugout? Yeah. I said, put me on speakerphone and hand the phone to somebody. Okay. So they hand the phone over and they're like, oh, hey, Coach Jeff. And I'm like, hey, what the hell are you doing? Get the rag out of your asses. I said, this isn't how you freaking play the game. I said, I swear to God, there's not 6 or 7 runs in this next inning. You all are running until you throw up. Mark my freaking words. Click, and hung up the phone. And they scored 9 runs. They scored 9 runs that inning and won the whole freaking game.
Let's go.
Like, all right.
Let's go.
So that's what I wanted to bring back. And then I got like crap for it. You know what I'm saying? And I'm like, you can't have that shit. But it's like I told them, talk to anybody that's been here. So my question to you is, those kind of kids that are going to that next level, going to senior league, they're going to go play middle school ball. What's your best advice that you can give a kid that's coming from that style of baseball to try to get to that next level? And I don't mean majors. I'm talking middle school, high school, because that's what you're listening. That's what they're going to listen to now. Middle school, high school. What do you give them?
Yeah, I mean, first off, I love what you said about if you guys don't score 6 runs this next inning, you're running, because one of my favorite coaches and probably the best coach I ever had, Scott Benedict, that's what he taught us in high school. He said, you guys are either going to be cross country stars or you guys are going to win. But it's one or the other. And he meant the hell out of that, because sometimes we ran before the game if he didn't like what he saw. But my best advice to any young athlete who has dreams of getting to whatever level it is you want to play at, would be to obviously work your tail off, and I mean work when no one's looking, and it's not about the Instagram post and showing me what you're working on when you're with your hitting coach in the cages who's probably teaching you some buffoonery. So that would be my number one piece of advice, would be to work, and number two, I believe that you play to win. And I believe that when you have 9 guys who all have the same goal of winning, and you put in that work in darkness, and I think that when the lights turn on, those two things match up together. And if it's meant to be and you're going to win, and you want to take your career to the furthest level possible, when you play to win, good things happen. When you play for the numbers on the scoreboard, you don't sleep at night. You're mad at your girlfriend every other night. You don't want to eat. You don't want to talk to your parents. You can't sleep. You don't want to go to school the next day. But if you play to win, you can win a lot of games and go 0 for 5 a lot and still wake up happy and talk to your girlfriend and want to eat your dinner.
Yeah.
So I say play the odds and play to win. You play to win.
So I don't know if you remember when you were at East Point, and you had your spring season where you were wearing sponsorship jerseys, and you go to the fall and you're playing as a pro team. You can go ahead and take a guess who that 16-0 pro team was that I chose to be the manager of.
Oh, stop.
I think we all know that it was the hot Atlanta Braves. But we ended up getting a bunch of crap for it, and I told Phil about it, and I showed him the picture that my assistant coach had all these kids. He made shirts for all of them. And it's the Brave logo, the Atlanta Brave, the A on the front, and it says unapologetically undefeated. And on the back, it says 16-0 across it. And I'm like, oh, dude, it was by far the greatest way you could put that.
He's got it up on his wall like you got on all of those things.
Yeah, dude. I love the shirt, bro. I just hang that thing up.
That's it.
I feel like I'm like back when you were like, we watched like Notre Dame or whatever, and they always go out and they touch the freaking thing when they go out. I do that every morning when I walk out of the house. Just hit the old shirt.
Bam.
Off right.
It's hard to win.
Yeah.
But I know you said Jordan was doing physical therapy or whatever. So I don't want to. I know we've kept you on way longer than.
Oh no, all good.
Do you have to go?
No, I have a little longer.
All right, cool.
Okay.
So I want to ask: Are you going to coach your kid?
Yeah, definitely.
Question.
I
are.
Yeah, I'll definitely do it when he's younger. Just because my dad coached me, and to me it meant the world to me, and honestly it kept me motivated every day, because I knew if I didn't do the right thing on the field, my dad was right there to set me straight. And I think that guys who played the game, not even just guys who played the game, but as a father who did play the
losing it a little bit. There you go.
Yeah, I think you saw it.
Opportunity.
Just lost you for a quick second. Say it after you, as a guy who did play the game for your dad.
As a guy who did play the game, I just think it's cool, right? Like it's there's so much, so many experiences and so many things I felt and saw and learned throughout my playing days that it'd be a shame if I wasn't, willing to give that back to the youth.
I give you credit, because first off, probably gonna ask a personal question here. Do you guys know who you're having yet?
No, we're not finding out till.
You're gonna do that? All right, cool. All right,
surprise.
So, yeah, all right. Hey, looking, I could have never did that. I'd have shot the doctor. Give me that damn friggin' sonogram.
Yeah.
I was the same.
But whatever the baby is, it's gonna be healthy. It's gonna be happy. It's gonna have a great father, great family unit from the Travises. But let's just say you have a boy. All right. And this is what I struggled with. All right. So now all my kids grew up watching. You too. Okay. You weren't even my client, but I made them watch you because, again, how you played the game. What I was trying to always understand is, how do you take away the father stuff versus the knowledge of the game stuff, and then try to implement that into a father or into a kid who now is watching everything that is so viral, in a sense. I mean, Dylan, you remember Blash, right? So Dylan used to stand like Blash, and dude, Dylan was 3 feet tall trying to stand like a 6'6" guy and then do his stands, and it had a high leg kick and everything. And I always used to say, I'm like, you can't be Jabari Blash. You have to be Dylan Toronto. That's going to be the hardest part for you, man. And that's what was hard for me is wanting him to understand that later on down the road, I had to not be able to coach him because, again, we're not allowed to. Also, is you got to accept the knowledge and tutelage from other coaches. So I wanted to start that at a young age. I didn't want to start it later because no matter what, I wasn't going to be able to coach him. Now, of course, I give him pointers and all that stuff, and I see what he's doing wrong, and I mention it to him. But I also ask him a lot of questions. How does he feel like he did? And I get that knowledge out of him, and that's what's exciting versus the coaching part of it. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I think I think that's awesome, and I think that you simply asking him what he felt is a very important question, because in the game of baseball, it's always easy to nitpick and say what you should have done or what you could have done.
Of course,
but oftentimes we never got the why. Why'd you do it? I think is
right.
Is
what did you do? What did you learn from that? I mean, look, Derek Jeter said it best. If you can learn how to fail, you're going to be good at this game because you're going to fail a lot. So I want to know what he learned from the failure, not how he did. What did you, because there's not a game where he went 4 for 4 every single time. So no matter what, there was always a learning process. And that was the questions I'm always asking my son. And
yeah, I think it's
as
great.
a father, I know his dad too. And I know how intense he was as well. I'm wondering how that's going to play out for you as a person who made it to the big leagues and everything. I'm curious to see how that, and I will be watching because it'll be interesting to see how you kind of do that tutelage if you have that opportunity to do it.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'm excited. I'm sure there'll be a lot of challenges throughout childhood, but I'll try to do my best. I'll try to do my best to remember what my dad taught me and how my dad coached all of us, and it's super exciting, and I'm sure it'll come with a lot of backlash, but that's all right. I'll always be the hardest on my son, and as long as that's the case.
And it's funny you said that because Jackson says that all the time. He's like, "Why are you always yelling at me and not everybody else?" I'm like, "Because you know better. In my book, you should know better, and that's how I have to do it." My dad, and Phil will tell you, my father is 6'7", and he's 385 pounds.
He looked like a tree in one of the pictures we showed. That was an old school picture.
Yeah, like he's just
our producer,
man.
Mike, laughed when I said, he goes, I said, "Is that a tree or is that Butch?" The dude was so
but it was one of those things where he taught me the punishment of the game.
Yeah,
like that. I remember so many coaches, but it's one of those. I remember more of my younger days of coaching because the funnier part is so my better half, her dad was my little league coach when I played at All Stars. And he was the all-star coach. And that guy was Ted was the biggest ball buster I've ever been around in my life. But he taught me the love of the game.
Yeah.
Like he just impounded that into you of, yes, you're going to fail, but get up and deal with it. Like be a freaking man.
Yep.
And that's what he taught me. And my dad said the same thing. My dad used to tell me all the time, I'm going to be harder on you because you should know better.
Yep.
And that's the only piece of advice as far as from a dad to a new coming dad now. Yeah, be harder on your kid, but he'll understand.
See, I didn't go on the yelling approach. What I did was I played the mind trick.
Throw shit all over the place.
I gave him the look, and the look was, you shouldn't have done that. You know what I mean? And then I asked the question, how do you feel like you did? What did you think you could have done? You know what I mean? I did that psychological thing because I didn't want him always thinking I was harping on him for doing something bad. I wanted him to learn what he did wrong and know what he did wrong, because that's half the battle of the game is turning the page of what you did wrong. Am I right?
No doubt.
How many times you
I think it. I mean, you better turn it after every pitch, or else
exactly. It's every game.
I think it depends on the kid too, right? Like not all kids can take the bashing, so. Right. I think it depends on the kid too.
I think he could have taken the bashing. I just wanted to have that different type of mentality, that psychological mentality, because if you have it up here, you can get far. Mental. Period.
Let me ask you this: was your dad harder on you on the field or off the field on the car ride home?
Oh man, everywhere. Whatever. My dad was tough.
I
man.
remember.
Yeah.
That was
My dad was tough.
he was a coach. You played everything, dude. Come on.
He was a cop. Oh boy,
Yeah, in fact,
I had it all in one.
Yeah, he had it bad, dude.
Screwed.
He had it bad. As nice as his father is, he had it bad.
I got a damn B in culinary in high school. It was my first B of my life, and I got grounded 2 weeks. I'm like, if this is how my life's gonna be, boy, let me tell you something.
Did you really get grounded for getting a B in culinary?
2 damn weeks. 2 weeks. You can ask him. He'll tell you. There's a year I was grounded. I was grounded 7 months out of the 12 months out of the year. I mean, I might have did a couple of things I shouldn't have done. I probably deserved it, but my dad didn't play around. But I tell you what, it made me into the man I am today. And now, honestly, I look forward to getting punched in the mouth every now and then by life, because I think that's when the best things happen.
Yeah. Who do you think your dad was harder on, you or your brother?
Not even close. Jordan had it made. Oh boy. Jordan was a little bigger too, so
wow. Really?
Jordan could hang with my dad at a younger age too, and I think my dad probably was damn tired from being so from keeping me so in line the whole way up, that by the time he got to Jordan, he was like, go ahead, bro.
I was just gonna say he probably, look, man, it's pretty incredible not only to get one son, but to get 2 sons and that are extreme good athletes
and Seminoles.
Shut up.
Sorry.
That's right. That's right.
But to have that, I guess I could see that being harder on the first, and then all of a sudden, all right, I'm good because now I learned from the first, and now I'm going to be this way with the second.
Yeah.
You think that's how it rolled?
Yeah, I mean, I think he would definitely tell you that.
Now, I could tell your mom was always a softie, though. So how did she handle that shit?
Well, you know what? Like, my mom was, my mom definitely was the softer one, but my mom is like very, like my parents were always raised us like by the book, like left, right. There's no in between. So my mom would every now and then when I'd talk back or do things I wouldn't do, she'd tell my dad, then my dad would get on me, and then my mom would come in my room after and say, I'm sorry, I didn't want you to get in trouble. But that's my girl.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you one thing about my dad, and then, like I said, we do have to go. I know he has got to go. He got to go. But I know Mike saw a picture of my father not too long ago, so he knows what he looks like now. And the only time I've ever been scared of my dad is I told my mom to shut up one time when I was 15.
Oh boy.
And that was a bad move. And she didn't even cry.
I would have moved.
She didn't show anything, man. Like nothing. And I'm like, I told her, all right.
So your dad.
And then 6:30, the door gets ripped off of the freaking hinges and launches me out of a chair.
He used that. He did that with one finger, by the way.
He had me with one hand, literally one hand, and he put me up by the throat, and he said, this is as calm as he was. And Phyllis heard my dad yell, but this is what he said was, you have 2 choices. I'm going to put you down and you say I'm sorry, or I'm going to take you out in the front and I'm going to beat the living piss out of you. Which is yours?
That's it.
And my mom's screaming at him that I'm turning blue and everything else. And he's like, I don't really care, man. Like, whatever. You don't talk that way.
The hair off your head, didn't he?
Right quick. Turn this beard gray. But
you never said that again.
No, never. Never again. And that's when I realized, like, damn, you got to really make sure you respect mama, because
no doubt.
I wasn't about to deal with the old man.
All right, last question I got.
Yeah,
hardest pitcher you faced in your career.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Definitely CC Sabathia. He owned me. I was like 2 for 27 with like 15 strikeouts. And I got a great story really quick too.
That's CC over there. I saw
it. It was the last year of his contract, and I thought he was retiring. So we played the Yankees the last game of the season. Obviously, I grew up watching CC. It was the coolest thing ever. By the way, my first 2 at-bats against him in spring training, 2 doubles. So I'm like, I'm going to kill this guy throughout my whole career. And at least it's perfect. I love lefties. Let's go. Anyways, I go up to him in 2000. I don't know if it was 17 or 18, whenever. I guess he came back one more year. So it probably would have been 17 season. I run out there. He's doing his sprints. He just made his last start of the year. And I run out there and I say, hey, CC, like, listen, I never admitted this to anybody, but like, I couldn't hit you. Like I couldn't even see your ball. Could I send a jersey over and have you sign a jersey for me? And he said, yeah. And anyway, so I got the jersey. Mind you, he signs back the next year, and I have to face this guy after telling him that I can't even see his pitches. And I swung at a 3-2 slider that hit my back knee that next year. It was terrible.
Oh man. I'm sorry.
So, anyways, yeah, that was my toughest one for sure. It was 87 mile per hour cutters that I just never saw.
All right. I said I had one more question. I have one more. All right.
Another one?
Best player or best pitcher you faced. Who was the best teammate you played with, or the most influential guy in your career that you weren't even a teammate with?
Man,
Good question.
That's a great question. I mean, that Toronto team that we have was really, really close. I mean, we all talk to each other like all the time, but I'd say that it'd definitely be a mixture of a few different guys for different reasons. But I guess the one that sticks out for me was Tulo, just because for me, the way that he saw the game and the way that he attacked the game and the way he prepared for the game. And, he told me something that'll stick with me for the rest of my life. And I tell kids every time I can is practice so hard and make your practice so grueling that when you go play the game, that's the fun part, because so often it's the other way around. Practice is fun.
That's a great quote.
Having a good time, and then the lights come on and you want to think, oh yeah, this is the fun part. Well, no, if you didn't practice hard, that's the game's the hard part. It's the goal is to flip that the other way around. So I'd say Tulo.
Nice.
All right.
Good shit.
All right. So I got one only because it's off the topic.
Oh, jeez.
And then we're all done. Okay, I promise you.
All good.
I told you in a text it'd be like 15, 20 minutes or whatever.
Nah,
sorry about that.
He knew
all
damn
good.
well when he was
it was a
coming
good
down
time.
How is because I know the night that happened with Jordan, he texted. I had dude, my phone was blowing up, as I'm sure yours was, but I did text you just to find out everything was cool. How's recovery?
Good. He's doing great.
Right.
He's doing great. Yeah, he's moving around great. And yeah, that was I never cried so much in my life in a day. So it's really cool to see him up. And
either did my nephews and my
around.
son, because they knew right then and there. I'm like, they're like, it's season's over. And I'm like, yeah, but you know what, dude? And this is where I want kids to understand. Like when you played at Florida State, okay, different sport, different era, but people knew who you were. You know what I'm saying? Like they all followed because they knew you came from here and all that kind of stuff. Jordan took that to, in my book anyway, he brought the younger generation to enjoy Florida State football, where like most 10-year-olds don't watch a freaking college football game on a Saturday. They don't care. And they did. Like they liked him because they knew where he came from. They knew he was from down here. They're like, oh, it's awesome. Makes it a little more fun. And then they see him on a post game and he's just like he's like a kid. Like he's just having a good time. So that's when that happened, I was like, oh my God. Like I looked at my dad and my dad just shook his head and he said, you still got Devon Travis's phone number? Yeah. And I said, yeah. He goes, just text him and just let him know all of us here with prayers, man. Like that's
thank you guys. Yeah, it's all good. He'll be better from it. He'll be better from it.
Exactly. Yes. 100%. Yes. 100%. But anyway,
our prayers are with him all the time.
All of you guys.
And always with your family. Like I said,
100%.
Can't ask for a better family. Learned a lot about your dad today, but I always say
he's like the nicest guy in the world, dude. Right? He's like the nicest guy in the world too. But boy, let me tell you, you didn't play with me.
you know who also said that too is Mackenzie's dad. Mackenzie's told me that about his dad, and I'm like,
I don't see that. He's so nice,
right? That's what I'm saying. But Mackenzie says the same shit. But Devon, I love you, brother, man. Congratulations. God is good, man. You're a good dude. Thank you so much for being who you are. And God bless your family. Congratulations on becoming part of the club with us.
Yeah, man.
And
cigars in the future with us.
For sure, man.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. Right. Thank you guys so much. Thank you for having me. This was awesome.
Thanks,
appreciate it, man.
Appreciate y'all. Y'all be well.
All right. Talk soon. Take care, buddy.
See you guys.
All right. Devon Travis. There you go.
Sorry.
Boynton local. Love them.
Best episode ever. Thank you very much. Have a nice night.
Yeah, that was good.
13 week. Thank you.
Yeah, man.
You did that one. And
have you caught on to why I did it yet?
No.
What number does Jordan Travis wear?
Oh, 13.
Bingo, bell ring.
Right, boy. All right, I like it.
Darn tootin', Vladimir Putin.
Let's do it. Hey, again, Jeff.
Yes.
Thank you, brother. For first season. We'll see you next time on the Diamond. Mike,
thank you very much, brother.
We appreciate you. Thank you, all our listeners. We'll see you in season 2
on the Diamond.
On the Diamond.